Hey everyone, it's Danielle Taylor with Keller Williams Realty here on the beautiful Outer Banks, and it is Stats Day! I'm so excited. We actually did not do a Stats Day video last month, so we did publish the newsletter, so if you don't get that, make sure you subscribe. But we are back at it this month, and so I wanted to share with you how things are going in the market. Just a reminder that all of this information is courtesy of the Outer Banks Association of Realtors, and this runs through September 30th, 2023. So in comparison to 2022, will be through September 30th, 2022. So let's dive in. First off, the top line number that we always talk about is sales. So sales units. So residential sales units, cat with the zoomies. Residential sales units are actually down 30% year to date. Okay, so we are seeing less transactions. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. We've been talking about it for a while. September 23 over September 22 is actually down 9.4%. So just some information that we're seeing these less transactions. What I wanted to do though was people keep talking about us returning back to a market that's closer to pre-COVID, so 2019. So I went back and looked at what our residential unit sales were in 2019 year to date, and we are down about 10% versus where we were in 2019. Okay, so we are coming in under 2019 year-to-date sales, so definitely less transactions. Then I wanted to take a look at how that relates to inventory. So our average monthly inventory year-to-date 2023 is flat to 2022. Okay, so there was a slight variation, but not enough to be mentioning. But the interesting thing is when I compare today's year-to-date average inventory to 2019, we are down 73%. We have 73% less inventory year-to-date average this year than last year. So in my mind, for sales to only be down 10% when we have 73% less to sell, I think still is a great statement towards the fact that we still have buyer demand. So I thought you guys might find that interesting. To further show that buyer demand, I looked at the properties that got listed in September. We talk about how many of those have sold or gone under contract already, and it's over 40%. It's 43% have already sold or gone under contract. And the days on market for those was an average of 10 and a median of 7. So the good stuff, I mean, I keep saying this, I feel like a broken record, but the good stuff continues to be in demand even in the face of all of these interest rate rises that we've seen. The trends in inventory seem to be creeping up. September was, inventory was about 13% above what our rolling 12-month average inventory is, and it's about 10% above what our rolling 3 years. So that does say to me that we're starting to see that inventory creep up. But new listings keep fluctuating. You know, we are up September over September, but down versus August. So the new listings are still a big question mark. To be honest with you, I definitely thought we would see more new listings hitting the market than we've seen. So that's where we are on an inventory. Sales price. So let's talk about median residential sales price. It's actually down about 3.1% year to date. So not huge, but down. It's sitting at about $549,000. And that number, just FYI, I excluded co-ownerships for that just because sometimes they skew that number. So for residential, 29% of the properties that have sold year to date have done a price reduction before they did so. And that's definitely up from 19% in 2022. So we are seeing more price reductions. And those properties that did go ahead and do a price adjustment before selling, they sold at an average of 89% of their original list price and 96% of their final asking price before they sold. So that's interesting to look at. If we look at the ones that did not do a price reduction, they're selling at an average of right around 100%. So that just shows you when you get it right, there's no negotiation needed. You hit it, you get out of there. The last thing that we look at is days on market. So average residential days on market is up. It's at 52 days right now, which is up from 34 in 2022. And it's down though from 2019, because remember I keep going back to 2019 in this episode. 2019 average days was 67. Okay, so we haven't hit those numbers yet. The properties that did a price reduction before selling in year to date, we're looking at those took about an average of 118 days on market versus those that did not do a price reduction, they're sitting at about 36. So, I mean, this is just all the data that supports when the property is priced appropriately for the market, it sells much faster. It sells for a better price as it relates to asking price. And you just don't have to have it sit and get stale. So that's just my big takeaway. So price it right out of the gate and enjoy getting where you want to be in less time. For my buyers, the good stuff still goes fast. So don't delay. If you see something you like, let's get on it, okay? Let's make sure we're ready to go. We've got our pre-approvals. We'll get in there, see the house, and make our offers. We're still seeing multiples, so we want to be ready and be on our game. As always, if you like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.